Hi, Dr. Missing here, and today's strategy session is about understanding where the energy leaks occur throughout your day. And I'm going to say the biggest energy leak that we will be dealing with currently is the fact that we're out of routine. And let me explain. So when you're in routine, the brain has created that activity into a habit to conserve energy. So it puts it into the subconscious operating system so that you can have more ability to engage with your frontal lobe. And every time the brain can learn something and then put it into a habit or routine, again, it conserves energy. Because just imagine you had to think about everything you do. I used to say that, and guess what? We're doing that now. We're actually completely out of our routines. And when we're out of our routines, what do we need to do? We need to think about everything we're doing. And if you add one other level to that, you're adding what's called a danger detection system that the brain has and is on, and it brings into your awareness all the things that are threatening to the body. So anything that doesn't feel good, well, in today's world, guess what's happening? Nothing feels good because it's all out of routine. So my biggest point here is this, is that one major energy leak that you need to be aware of and be loving and kind to yourself to know that it's just the body not being able to bring in enough energy to manage the demands. And the energy issue in this case is the fact that you have to think about everything. And when you have to think about everything, it takes a lot more energy. That's right, a lot more energy for the brain. The brain actually soaks up about 25% of your glucose, your blood sugar, for the activities it needs. Well, let me tell you, it is maximizing that. So, with that said, what we need to start doing is we need to start to build recovery, build your reserves. And how do you build reserves? I gave you the insight on how the brain works. It needs to have routines so that it has some time to recover, to recharge, to reboot. So any routine that you can start to implement and plug them into your day will give the brain a recovery point, a recharging ability, because you don't have to think. That's right. I'm telling you to do some activities in your day that you literally just allow the body to go through motions. And when you do that, the brain really has a gap, has a space. Now, we can add to this if we get really, really present. And why I say present is because often when we're doing activities that are mindless, our mind, our attention, our awareness goes somewhere else. Well, guess what your brain is thinking? It's thinking it's that or somewhere else. You can get really angry, frustrated, worried, depressed, you name it, just by thinking about something. Something in the past or something that you think is going to happen in the future. When you do that, it's an energy leak. That means there's energy being used to manage that perceived threat. Does that make sense? So my point is this: any activity you can do that can bring you to the awareness of what you're doing, okay, which means you just staying really into the present moment. So if you're washing dishes, just really observe yourself washing dishes. And when your mind or your attention, your awareness starts to move away from washing dishes and thinking about whatever you're thinking about, wherever you have a tendency to go down, just lovingly and just kindly bring it back to washing dishes. So my point is this: every routine that you can implement, number one, that you can bring your attention to what you're doing, you're allowing your brain to recover. When you allow your brain to recover, you have more energy. And I don't just mean more physical energy, but your ability to experience the world, because all your sensory faculties are here, okay? Tasting, you want to taste better, you want to smell better, you want to have the ability to see better, you want to have the ability to hear better, your ability to sense and touch and feel. I mean, that's what life's about. So my point is this: give the brain a recharge and do it multiple times a day. You do it by creating routines, tasks that you already do. Just bring your attention into that present moment. So your attention, your awareness is not in the future, dealing with the potential problem or worry, or thinking about past bitter memories, which again, the brain is using energy. So bring it to the present moment. Do a task that you do as a ritual or routine every single day and implement some. And hint, this is a good opportunity for you to go for a walk as a habit or any kind of exercise as a habit. Okay. But outside of that, anything you currently do. So my focus always with my patients is to find things you already do, because a lot of times to add one more thing in can be stressful. Now, in today's world where you have more possibly time, you may be able to add something else in. Okay. So bottom line, the goal here is to cut off the biggest energy leak, and that has to do with what we discussed today. Work on that, and you'll notice that your energy levels will start to increase. When you have more energy, you can have more joy in life. All right, have fun with more energy.